Vince McMahon returned at Survivor Series to kick off an unusual storyline featuring Cleopatra's Golden Egg. Vince Russo and Dr. Chris Featherstone reviewed the angle on the latest episode of Legion of Raw, and the former specifically voiced his concerns over the WWE chairman's look. The former WWE head writer said his 90-year-old father looked better than Vince McMahon and felt that the WWE chairman should not have put himself back on TV. Vince Russo stated that McMahon is delusional if he thinks he looks good enough to engage in active storylines on TV. The wrestling veteran was brutally honest while expressing his issues with Vince McMahon's appearance. Here's what he said in this week's Legion of Raw. "I've got to be honest with you. And I'm just going to say this, bro. My dad's 90 years old. My dad still plays softball 3 days a week. My dad at 90 looks better than Vince McMahon, and bro, I'm going to say this. The guy looks terrible. And here's the part one don't get, with the go he has. I don't know why he is putting himself out there looking like that. That part one can't figure out, because maybe you can help me with this, because you've got an ego, but then you've got your vanity. He can't believe that at his age he looks good, and that's the part that I really don't understand. Like, Vince, you don't look good. Why are you putting yourself on television? How would you answer that?" questioned Vince Russo. Vince Russo revealed that Vince McMahon still feels he is 50, and he got that impression when he recently spoke to the WWE boss via email. Vince McMahon apparently tried to portray himself as the man who ruled wrestling during the Attitude Era, but Russo quickly identified that his former employer was not the same person anymore. Here's Vince Russo sharing details of his last conversation with Vince McMahon. "Bro, when I had my last talks with Vince McMahon, I swear to God, Chris, the fact that you say that. He was positioning himself and trying to come across to me that this was Vince at the top of the Attitude Era, 50 years old, circa 90s. He was trying to come across to me like this was the guy I was dealing with, and I'm sitting on the other end thinking, no, bro, you're not. I know that guy, you're not that guy. And I think, bro, that was the miscommunication at the end, because, Chris, I swear to God, his emails look to me like they were coming from a 50-year-old, like he has got the sack the size of grapefruits. But that's not who I'm dealing with in 2021, bro. That's not who I'm dealing with," Russo added. Vince McMahon is 76 years old but showing no signs of slowing down as he continues to be the most powerful person in WWE. However, is Vince Russo right in this scenario? Should Vince McMahon just stay away from WWE TV? Give us your thoughts in the comments section. Bayley has offered to help top NXT 2.0 star Zoey Stark. Responding to a tweet from WWE NXT's official Twitter handle, the WWE superstar asked Stark if she could help her with her crutches. The former SmackDown Women's Champion then sarcastically claimed herself to be a professional in the department. "Zoey, can I help with your crutches? I'm a professional," wrote Bayley. In early November, it was reported that WWE NXT 2.0 star Zoey Stark had suffered a knee injury. During an earlier episode, a behind-the-scenes segment showed an attack on her by Toxic Attraction members Jacy Jayne and Gigi Dolan. After the attack, Stark was left clenching her left knee. WWE decided to use the angle to write Stark off television, as she was set to undergo knee surgery. Stark and her tag team partner Io Shirai lost the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships to Jayne and Dolan in a Stairway to Hell ladder match. Despite currently being unable to compete, WWE has decided to keep Zoey Stark on television. On a recent episode of NXT, the former Women's Tag Team Champion made her way out wearing a leg brace, and instead brought out Io Shirai to fight off the likes of Mandy Rose, Dakota Kai, and others. Bayley is currently sidelined with a torn ACL, which she suffered during a training session at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. The injury was announced by WWE back in July, and it was also confirmed that the role model would be out for 9 months. Hence, Bayley's response to Zoey Stark makes a lot of sense, as the former SmackDown Women's Champion is likely to be quite used to crutches. As of right now, it remains to be seen when both Bayley and Stark will return to in-ring action. Scotty 2 Hotty aka Scott Garland asked for his WWE release earlier today. The three-time champion worked as a trainer at the Performance Center, but has now decided to step away from the role. He took to Twitter to confirm the news and stated the reason as well. Scotty 2 Hotty said that he loved working with NXT talents over the last 5 years. He also revealed that he didn't want to be a part of anything solely for the paycheck, which became a driving factor behind his decision to leave WWE. Scotty 2 Hotty noted that coaching and producing NXT talents would be some of the biggest highlights of his career. Scotty 2 Hotty enjoyed 2 tag team title reigns and was once the light heavyweight champion. Several big names from the wrestling industry responded to Scotty 2 Hotty's message with heartfelt tweets. They expressed gratitude for the lessons he imparted while working with them in WWE. WWE SmackDown superstar Sasha Banks thanked Scotty 2 Hotty for his work and hailed him as the best. WWE United States Champion Damian Priest responded by saying that he cannot thank Scotty 2 Hotty enough for everything he has done. NXT superstar Johnny Gargano also thanked him on Twitter. WWE official Adam Peace sent his love to his friend after the news was made public. WWE 24/7 champion Dana Brooke thanked Scotty 2 Hotty for his incredible insights. Corey Graves and Ricochet also thanked the popular backstage figure. Former WWE superstars Sunil Singh and Samir Singh said they loved working with Scotty 2 Hotty, and hope to see him down the road. Scotty 2 Hotty spent half a decade working with some of the best talents in the black and gold brand and continues to show immense pride in the work he accomplished as a trainer. Monday Night Raw superstar Seth Rollins had to face an unfortunate attack by a fan on this week's episode of the Red Brand. Rollins has now commented on the entire situation. The former Universal Champion's night on Raw took an unexpected turn as a fan decided to jump the rails and tackle him after his segment on the show. Thankfully, no damage was done and the officials got the attacker out of the arena. Speaking with TMZ.com, the Messiah claimed that the incident was terrifying and it happened very quickly. "It's terrifying, brother. It happened very quickly. I was mostly just reacting and hoping that our security would come and do their job, which they did very quickly, and then was just trying to detach and move on. Hope that everybody is okay," said Seth Rollins. The former Universal Champion added that he didn't face any serious injuries and was safe. He also stated that the attacker should be banned from attending future WWE shows and events. "Once the tackle happened, I knew what was going on. The guy was barreling around the corner, no serious injuries, nothing like that. I was safe, we were safe. Everything was okay," Seth Rollins added. "I think as a precedence he probably should not be allowed at the events." The attack in question happened last night on Monday Night Raw after Rollins' in-ring segment with Finn Balor where he beat the latter down. Just as he was going backstage, the fan jumped the barricade and tackled him on the ramp. Security quickly came in to help the WWE superstar and escorted the attacker out of the arena. It has since been revealed that the attacker, a man named Elisa Spencer, has been charged with attempted assault. Elisa Spencer, 24, has been charged with attempted assault, an attempted violation of arts and cultural affairs, disrupting live sporting event, for his attack on WWE wrestler Seth Rollins during the Raw television show Monday night at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, per the NYPD, tweeted Mark Raimondi of ESPN. "It was nice to hear that Rollins was okay and didn't suffer any injuries following what happened on Raw." Alexa Bliss has tweeted a message to her fans, warning them not to fall for people pretending to be her on social media. The former women's champion has been dealing with crazy fans for a long time. Some folks pretend to be Bliss on social media and fool gullible people into thinking they are chatting with the WWE superstar. Alexa Bliss has now posted a tweet warning her fans not to pay heed to catfishers, impersonating her on social media handles like Google Hangouts. She clarified that she only has a single official Twitter account and Instagram handle. "For those who think they've spoken to me on a private account or Google Hangout or any other form of communication, it is not me. It is someone pretending to be me. I hate that I have to repeat this so much. This is my only account and I only have one IG," wrote Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss is one of the most popular wrestlers of the modern era with a huge social media fanbase. She has 1.6 million followers on Twitter and 5.5 million followers on Instagram. Earlier this year, Alexa Bliss was harassed by a fan who tweeted that he was going to make a trip to her home and also stated that she should leave her fiancé Ryan Cabrera. As for catfishers, fans recently found out how far things can go when people fall for it. Seth Rollins' attacker was scammed by someone pretending to be the WWE superstar, and it all led to him jumping Rollins on Raw. "We urging wrestling fans to be aware of catfishers who pretend to be their favorite wrestlers on social media in an attempt to scam them.